does look farther than Jim.
I can't see that. So,
Yep, that's right.
He's right behind you.
My turn. All right. Good evening.
Good evening.
Welcome, Jim. Now, everybody's gonna think I was late.
Our meeting is starting
I wasn't late, folks.
not
okay?
because of Mr. Clark.
The workshop ran over.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Clark, you are on.
Yep, you fire.
Okay, we're opening an Board of Assessors meeting. And for this evening, I have two abatements, the last two abatements of the year. The first one is there's a motel in town that's dilapidated over the years. It's purchased at fire sale prices. Its condition is getting better, and it probably was in need of being reassessed 5, 6 years ago. All right, and so I went out and I did a full reassessment of it. And it's still, yeah, you know, I had reassessed the other properties, similar properties, or equivalent properties, the other motels
Yeah.
in town. And this assessment brings this property in line with those, comparatively speaking.
Okay.
Okay.
Right.
It went down. This is an abatement.
Oh, excuse me. Oh,
It needs a new roof. It has some issues internally that need to be addressed that would cause it to be the issues that were found after purchase, foundation and attic. So I'm recommending an abatement this evening for them. Any questions?
How much is the abatement?
$1,500. They currently are paying well over $7,000 in tax on it. It's a little bit strong, given its condition. Okay. So I did a full appraisal on it, inside and out.
Good.
Every room, every...
They are doing improvements out there.
Yes, they are. It's looking better. It's got ways to go.
I have a question.
Sure.
If you have given, or you're suggesting, recommending an abatement based on the fact that it needs a roof, at some point they're going to re-roof it.
Yeah, and then it will be reassessed.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah, in other words, I will follow their work over time. You know, they've got some issues with more than just, you know, gingerbread paintings on walls and stuff like that. You know, the bathroom floors need fixing, the windows in many of the rooms need to be addressed. You know, it's fairly expensive stuff that needs to be done. So, you know, the depreciation, the place was let go for a long time.
Yeah.
It only sold for $160,000 when they purchased it.
Wow.
And its original assessment back in, and I think it was originally overassessed. It was originally assessed for $278,720. That was
When
back
was
in
that?
1986.
86.
Was that with the additions that had been on it then at that time?
That was almost like brand. Yes, it was remodeled in '78. It was originally built in 1961, and it was called average construction back then. But Jim went down in the basement, and I can assure you it was not average construction. Okay. Foundation. No. So it's up around 340,000 right now. It's kind of got too high.
Yep.
The next one is a mobile home that is uninhabitable. I had visited this mobile home 4 years ago and dropped the assessment to $1,000. I walked in it, I went to the back of it. The fellow had this home re-roofed, was trying to do the right thing. Unfortunately, he got a contractor that didn't understand that when you roof, you're supposed to have the water drain away from the interior of the mobile home and not to the interior, inside the walls. Okay, it's just real sad because it was very nicely done inside. And so whoever did that job was nowhere to be found. Well, the water drained down inside the walls,
Yeah.
and I pulled one panel back, looked at the black mold, completely front to back. I got back in the bedroom and it was so strong the air vibrated. You know, I'm very sensitive to that stuff.
Yeah.
So I left, and I left it at $1,000. I decided that he assured me he's going to have this mobile home removed within, you know, reasonable time frame. Probably, he seemed to feel he could get it out of there by September. He's got some health issues, things like that.
Nobody's living in it right now.
Oh, no one can live in this mobile home. It's not dilapidated looking on the outside.
It's the mold inside.
Yeah, but you can't live in it. It's just not. Not that he had to get out of it. You know, he's going to have it put somewhere. Okay.
Oh, good.
So I'm taking it off the tax rolls because it has no title.
Okay.
And that's the story on the abatements. These are the last ones of the year.
Okay.
Any other questions about it?
No, we have to come out of the assessor's meeting.
Motion to come out of accessory meeting.
Okay.
All in favor? Okay. Take a motion to open the selectmen's meeting.
Make the motion, we open the selectmen's meeting.
Second it.
All in favor? Okay. And now we can vote on your,
I make a motion to approve abatement for account 1701.
Second.
all in favor?
Give me the dollar figure, maybe, or
I got them.
also make a motion that we approve the abatement for account 579.
Second.
All in favor? And can you be sure to mention to him that he has to remove?
I've ran him into him twice in town since then, and every time I see him, I say, you need to follow through. And I did tell him, because last thing I want to do is go before the select board and have them ask me, why is there another junk trailer laying around in Lubec? And it's important that we follow through.
Yes, please.
Were you going to have to speak to that?
Yeah.
Before I take off? There's one other, well, we got to, oh, yes, I'm sorry.
While that's going around, take a motion to sign warrants.
Motion to sign warrants?
Second.
All in favor?
I make a motion to approve Betty's minutes.
Betty's minutes. The Lubec from ours?
Yep.
Justin came in and on the minutes from last week, it was noted that they were going to put the tanker up to bid. But also, it wasn't in the minutes that the money was going to go back into the fire department reserve account.
There was 3 motions
Right.
regarding that.
It accidentally got backspace before it got printed.
Yeah, when I
It wasn't on
cut
there.
and paste, because they both went in there,
But it's
that,
fixed on
these
that.
2 bars,
Okay.
even my comma was gone. So I corrected it and we just looked at it and we're all set.
Well, I'll second that motion.
All in favor? Don't backspace anymore.
Happens. Lose whole documents that way.
Phone call, email, interruption, almost anything.
All right.
Old business.
Mhm.
Last week we had a e-waste pickup. We had a company that offered to sponsor an electronics pickup, TVs, computers, cell phones. It was an electronic. People could bring it in, and the goal was to have it on Friday and Saturday. They brought up what they figured was a truckload of Gaylords and ballots, and pretty much by Friday, all the Gaylords were full. We had a tremendous response.
Well,
So they talked about on Saturday we were going to have it down the recycling center, and I asked Rick, I said, you know, what can we put down there in case there's an overflow? And Rick said, no problem, I'm going to put a dump truck down there. Well, I went down there about 1 o'clock and the dump truck was grounded.
wow.
So I contacted the company and I told them what we had. And they sent up a large truck to get everything, and they missed about 4 boxes on top of the full truckload. They also brought up an additional 15 Gaylords and wanted to know if we could fill them. So I talked to recycling and I talked to Ricky. We are still going to continue taking electronics,
Oh,
and we'll try it for a week.
oh, good. You're gonna keep taking electronics.
Is there a chance to have this again after this week's over? I've
Yes.
had a lot of people, like, just thankful that this was available, but a lot of people who didn't have notice. And they were under the assumption that it was just Friday and Saturday, and couldn't get their stuff together, so.
Yeah.
Initially, it was the Friday and the Saturday. We didn't know what we'd have for response from the public. We also didn't know what we'd have for response from the company. You know, like I said, the company brought up 15 additional Gaylords, a truckload and then some. And we had a conversation today about, you know, this being a regular event. And so we're going to continue taking them at the recycling center. So we're going to get it up on the website and we're going to start advertising and see how much we get.
So we're thinking this will go until next Saturday?
Well, yeah, and we've also talked about doing it regularly.
Yeah.
So it's at least next Thursday.
I'm here.
Initially, what I was thinking was a couple times a year. After talking to the company today, I mean, it could be multiple times a year.
It's gonna slow down, you know, after this